Today somebody is going to forget how much they usually pay home. Anyway, I was so disappointed. At the same time, I was excited, especially when they said 13 to 35. Those are the times you now start seeing, is it discrimination? Is it that I've been assuming I'm young at heart? And they were not considering the heart. I wish the heart was being checked, or the mind, because I'm very young in the mind. You see, if you want to know that years have passed, just go and fill an online registration form and try to check your year of birth. Uone unarudingi mara ngapi, page down, page down, page down. You know, it gives you the current date. Ama kwa simu yako enda kwa date ya leo. And then you start going back to the date of birth. So I tried to go, still it was going past 35. Then I said, I think it's good when you've been somewhere, you also make sure that somebody else takes the same journey. And it's been so exciting. We saw a lot of friends asking for votes and speaking. I think it was so exciting that this one can happen for the first time in history since you were born and since I was born. I have never seen this. This is exciting, and thank you so much, Natalie, for such an arrangement. And tonight is going to be a night we shall all remember. As Natalie keeps saying that there's a lot of competition, if I may call it that, in speaking, because everybody speaks. Almost even you speak. And this was about speaking. So I'm assuming that you participated because you also speak. Hello? Yeah, you can see you've spoken. So this is one area that is flooded. So Sense 101 Life Club is a place that we shall live to remember, and thank God that young talents are going to be built through this. We believe in bringing out the best in you. We are not a religious, we are not a political, we are not an ethnic group. We are a group that brings together everybody, and we are one family. This is one place you don't come with your past. You just come the way you are, and we celebrate you based on the destiny that you have. We celebrate you based on the potential that you have. And we have seen many gifts emerging from this place. I'm personally a great beneficiary of the teachings we get out of this place. And so it is upon that Dr. Kinyanjui Ng'ang'a, a renowned speaker, thought about bringing up young people who are coming up in the area of speaking, and we'll be getting to know more details about the whole function and what will be happening also in the coming years, so that we can nurture across East Africa and have great talents coming up and great people taking this conversation to the next level. Because you'll be remembered for the people you leave behind. And so we are believing that Kenya is going to produce great speakers, and we shall be getting to know some of them right in our midst, young and old.
I'm here to give you some words that will go beyond the car and share with you briefly, who do you need to develop your gift? Who do you need to develop your gift? The first one, I'll call them criticals. C-R-I-T-I-C-A-L-S, criticals. Criticals are people who are confrontational to the gift. They are hostile to the gift. They would like to destroy the gift on your inside. They will do anything humanly possible to discourage you. On social media, the speakers listening to me this afternoon, when you post an article or a video, they look for the earliest opportunity possible to water down what you're doing. They look for the faults in your videos. They don't want to encourage you at all. They are hostile to what you're doing, to your mission, and to your career. What do you do with these kind of people? Simple. These kind of people, listen to them from a criticism perspective. Treat criticism as feedback. Wisdom will come from the unlikeliest sources. There are things they will raise that your close friends may never raise, and there can be gaps that you need to address. Do not be disturbed by their criticism. After all, in the history of mankind, no one has ever received a trophy because of becoming an excellent critic. You focus on your work, correct? Number two, who do you need for your gift? Secondly, I'll call them clinicals. C-L-I-N-I-C-A-L-S, clinicals. These are indifferent people. They are fence-sitters. They stand on the wall, on the fence. They are neither for the gift, nor are they against the gift. They never try to encourage you, nor do they directly discourage you. In this time and age of social media, the easiest way to identify clinicals in your life, whenever you suggest something that will help you to move your gift forward, they never comment. If you invite people for a forum, If you send your videos or articles, they'll never comment. But if you do something funny, like you take a picture, have a lunch, they will now comment. The non-essentials, they comment on your dressing, they comment on your holidays, but they'll never comment on the most important things that help you move your gift forward. Since they don't confront you, what do you do with them? You simply ignore them. They are a bunch of hypocrites. They pretend to be friends, but they will never do anything to help you move forward. Spot them from a distance and treat them with the contempt they deserve. How? Ignore them. Who do you need for your gift? Number 3. Celebrators. Celebrators. Now, celebrators are fun people. They love the fun. They are party goers, but they don't want to be involved in the preparation of the bash. They just want to come when the party is ready for merrymaking. Now, on social media platforms, how do you identify them? They just like your page. They like your articles. They like your videos. They don't do more than that. They just click like because they don't want to take any responsibility. They follow you from a distance. They admire what you do. They are your fans. They admire us to the gift, but they have no relationship with the gifted. In fact, if you lose your position, you lose them. Because in reality, they were never with you. They were following your gift. They were being entertained by your gift. Who do you need for your gift? Number 4. Cheerleaders. Cheerleaders. Now, this will go beyond admiring you to cheering you up. When you are on the stage performing, they will shout until they run out of breath. They will mobilize other people to come and celebrate you and cheer you up. If I may use the analogy of games like football or athletics, they'll be there at the pews shouting and celebrating and telling you, keep on, keeping on, keep going. They want you to know you're not alone. They're standing together with you. Everyone needs a cheerleader. Look at your neighbor right now and ask them, who is your cheerleader? Do you have a cheerleader? Everybody needs a cheerleader. Number 5, who do you need for your gift? Confidence. Confidence. Now, confidence goes a step further. They don't stay at the pews cheering you. They come right on the ground to journey with you. For example, the visually handicapped, when they're performing in Paralympics, there is someone who ran with this guy who is blind every step along the way. They deal with every obstacle, and they don't just come during the main performance. They are even behind the scenes. During the preps, they were there with them. They had together. They walk together. They can take the bullet on behalf of the gifted. They stand for you. In social media platforms, they defend you. While the cheerleaders share your articles, the confidence confront the criticals. They confront those against the gift. They will come in your defense. They take it very personal when you are attacked. Now, if you have more than 3 confidence, you are doing exceptionally well. You need a presidential commendation. If you have 3 people, in fact, let me not say more than 3. If you have 3 people right now, you can call and say, I need some 50K. Please, would you M-Pesa me? And without asking you when you're going to repay, they send you that money. You are doing exceptionally well. But I want to challenge you this afternoon. You need to be deliberate in looking for confidence. These relationships are organic. They must be developed. You must be deliberate. You must invest in such relationships. There are people you know, they can always go out of their way for you. At times they sacrifice more for the gifted. These people don't love you for what you do. They love you for who you are. If you lost your vocals and you can't speak anymore, they'll still be with you. Who do you need for your gift? Number 6, coaches. Coaches. Perhaps by now you realize every single person I'm giving starts with the letter C. And I did this to just help you easily remember these people. So they all start with the letter C. You need a coach. Now, a coach acts as a rail guard to ensure you continue with your journey. They are not roadblocks. So when the journey is smooth, when the road is clear, they pave the way. When it gets tricky, when there are sharp corners and bends and meanders, the rail guards are there to ensure you don't trip over, to ensure that there are no fatalities on your journey. Each one of you listening to me here tonight, you need a coach and a mentor. Now, a coach may not necessarily be doing what you're doing. They may not necessarily be gifted in your area. They don't tell you what to do. They guide you. They ask you difficult questions to keep you on your toes. That's the reason why a number of football coaches are about 50 years of age. They can't play the ball. They are guiding the 11 young players in the field who are energetic. Why? They don't tell them how to hit the ball. They ask them difficult questions. In this season, what do you want to achieve in football? How many hours do you want to practice? Sometimes they can overrule what the players want to do. The player may say, I need to practice for 3 hours. And the coach decides, no, you're going to practice for 5. I'm going to stretch you some more. A mentor is different from a coach. A mentor doesn't tell you what to do. A mentor leads you in what to do. A mentor shows you the way. They take the journey first and then make the invitation. They don't point you to places they have never been. This is a very interesting country. You find people who look miserable holding great seminars on financial independence. Somebody comes to sell you insurance worth 10 million shillings and he's trying to convince you, sweating his heart out. You look at this fellow and you know for a fact he cannot buy that insurance himself. That's why I keep insisting, never be mentored by losers. You'll never rise above your teachers. You've got to be careful who speaks into your life. You've got to be careful who pours into your life. Some pour out of their own frustrations, out of their failures, out of their own defeat. Why should you be buying theories? If somebody hasn't made it, why should you be buying failure from them? You've got to be careful. Someone has to model. They have to epitomize what they are trying to show you. Coaches and mentors will share with you valuable experience. Experience cannot be purchased. It can only be earned or shared. Coaches and mentors will save you from yourself. They will rescue you from self-destruction. You see, seeing a coach or a mentor in good time is like seeing a dentist in good time. It might save you from tooth decay. Seeing a mentor in good time or a coach in good time may rescue you from driving the wrong road of life for far too long. A coach and a mentor will help you connect the dots between your natural talents, the resources in your disposal, the skills you have acquired in school and in the marketplace, and your deepest passions. Coaches and mentors will bolster the confidence in you. They will network you with the right people. You might take too long to get the right connections, and sometimes you just need a mentor to ask them, what do we do when we reach here? You need to keep throwing those questions to them. A coach and a mentor are trusted advisors. You can entrust them with proprietary information. Sometimes you have very unique ideas you want to implement, and you literally don't know who to share with. You know, because Kenya and Nigeria, we have specialists of stealing your ideas and implementing immediately. But a coach and a mentor is someone you can entrust your proprietary information and intellectual property. Coaches and mentors will keep you on your toes, lest you rest on the laurels. They will set boundaries for you that you may be unable to set for yourself. Mentors in particular are priceless. They don't do it for a pay. You never paid anything to participate in this event. Not a single coin. You see, mentors just pour their lives to you. You see, the only way you can pay back a mentor or a coach is you personally succeeding. My only joy is whether someone here will succeed out of this event. The other thing you can do is to respect their time and the structures they have put in place. Personally, I receive hundreds of requests for people who want to be mentored in public speaking. It might be impractical for me to see many of you one by one. And that's why we put up a structure. For example, right now, I'll require you to leave your phone numbers, the WhatsApp number, so that I can reach you. Each one of you who joined this program by default, you are now being registered for what I'm calling the Dr. Kinyajui Nganga Speakers Academy, to develop you, to mentor you. You see, the best thing you can receive from me is not a car. When I left the university, the kind of a car I'm giving today was a great struggle for me to own. We all start from scratch. With a lot of humility, with all due respect. This time round when I was buying this car, I didn't think about it. I tell you this respectfully. This was almost loose change for me now. So the best thing you can receive from me is not a car. If you pick my mind, you can have what I have. If you pick my thoughts, you know, I can give you the car today and tomorrow you don't fuel. and you're unable to maintain it. You can't take it to garage. And 6 months later, it has rotten. But if you pick what I have, if I transfer my thoughts to you, if I transfer my mind to you, if I transfer my spirit to you, then you can have what I have and you can sponsor others. So the best gift you can receive from this, remember I never did this to give away a car. I did this to bring you to this conversation. The car was a bait to bring you to this talk. I want this to be very clear. So that if you do not go home, yes, that's the truth. Because I was looking for young people you can mentor, because a lot of young people are very energetic. You people, it's interesting. You are very clear with where you're going more than your parents. I see very dynamic ideas right here. The only challenge we have in Africa is mentorship. There's a disconnect. While you want to go to the next level, you don't know who to look up to. And sometimes, truth be told, the seminars I hold here for public speakers, some of you cannot afford. And I needed to have this platform to let you know this, that you should never stay away because you did not afford a seminar. Because when I started, I couldn't have paid 1K for a seminar. Forget about 10,000. I couldn't have paid 1K for a seminar. So I invited to let you know, don't go away with your gift. Pick something greater than a car. Pick something greater than a holiday. I have traveled the world over. This coming month, I'll be doing Portugal, Spain, and London. I'll be speaking in London before cruising for 7 days. I have a team of 80 people, my followers from the diaspora. In September, I'll be speaking in Atlanta, Georgia for a couple of corporates. Here locally in Africa, a number of corporate organizations have signed up to my online programs. And I know that as Jesus spoke 2,000 years back, the harvest is great, but the laborers are few. The work is enormous, even in Kenya alone. And I believe with all my heart, the best gift you can receive from all what we are trying to do today is not a laptop, is not a phone, is coming for coaching and mentorship. I want each one of you to enroll for that academy. Let's journey together. Let's be negotiating and saying we can't afford 10K doc to come to Lillian Towers where you train, but we can look for a venue somewhere at BTL. Come, interact with us, engage us the whole day so that we can have a special group amongst you people. Now, when you go before a mentor, don't tell them how much you know. Go with a notebook. Ask questions. Sometimes I'll give you an opportunity to follow me. One day, Malim, who is together with us, asked me a question about corporate governance. I told him, look, I don't want to answer that question on phone. I'm training a certain board at Sigona. I'll invite you. Come, stay with the board members the entire day. Watch me speak, watch me train. Listen to me answer those questions of those board members. And then in the evening, we can take a cup of tea with you and tell me what you learned. Maybe most of the questions you had will be answered in the forum. So sometimes I'll carry some of you. And I tell you, join me in Kisumu for a seminar. Join me in Mombasa. Some of you, perhaps you need to join me out of the country because I don't like traveling alone. I never travel alone. So look for something that you can't lose. Something that somebody can give you like this, a material thing like a car, you can lose. God forbid, it can be hit by a truck. But if you pick the deposit that I'm trying to invest right in you, no one can snatch it away from you. So when you go to a mentor, go with a notebook and a list of questions. Let them know where you struggle. Don't tell them how much you know. Ask hard questions. And as you continue to grow and begin to mentor others, as a rule of the thumb, never mentor anyone who doesn't subscribe to, submit to your authority. Mentor people to the extent they submit to your authority. Jesus said, my sheep know my voice. Not everybody belongs to your sheepfold. But do not mentor people in an area you are not good at. The most effective way of mentoring others is bringing out the best out of your own life. You can only effectively teach what you consistently model. Who do you need for your gift? Number 7 and the last one. Creator, C-R-E-A-T-O-R, creator. Connect with the gift giver. He's the one who knows the architectural design of the product he formed, of who you really are. Connect with the true vine. If you detach yourself from the true vine, you lost it all. In fact, where you wrote creator, you may as well write the word Christ. It is still a C. God takes personal responsibility, not just for your gift, but for your very existence. If I may quote him tonight, he says, before I formed you, Jeremiah, in your mother's womb, I knew you. Before I formed you, Elizabeth, before I formed you, Jonathan, I knew you. God takes personal responsibility for your very existence. He doesn't attribute it to your father or mother, to the will of a parent. There is no such a thing as an illegitimate child. There is no such a thing as an illegitimate parent. Each one of us is here by divine appointment. And the easiest way to realign yourself along your gift is to connect with the gift giver. Since it is God who determined your purpose, that is the reason why some of the relationships you started some time ago collapsed. They are not aligned with God's purposes for you. You know, I dated my Mercy when she was 19. I was 20 years of age. And I can tell you, if you look at how we work with Mercy, you will know this was God's perfect purpose for my gift and for her gift, because we both co-work to bring out the best out of each other. There are some relationships that collapsed out of your life because they are not aligned with God's purposes for your gift. You are created for God's purposes. And every time you deviate from God's purposes, God disorganizes your plans. There are some businesses you started and they failed because they are not aligned with God's purposes for you. There are some businesses you started that collapsed. They are not in line with your purpose. So connect with the giver of the gift. You see, you are made body and spirit. If you feed your spirit and your mind and you neglect your physical, you will not live long and you'll be weak. You will not carry your gift to completion. And the easiest way to take care of your health is diet and exercise. The rest you leave it to God. And I keep saying this because nobody tells you the truth. I don't hear Kenyans telling the truth. They like encouraging you. There's something wrong with your grandfather's genes. No, if you have excess fat, there's something wrong with diet and exercise, period. Your husband may never tell you because he's fearing divorce. Your pastor may not tell you because he doesn't want to lack your tithe. This may be the only platform where you're told the truth. Diet and exercise. Tell your neighbor, diet and exercise. Now, if you take care of your health and you don't take care of your mental health, guess what will happen to you? You'll be physically strong but mindless and thoughtless. If you take care of your physical and you take care of your mental and you neglect your spiritual health, you'll have knowledge but no wisdom, for wisdom is Christ. You are gifted to serve. If you don't unpack your gift will waste away. So I challenge you right now, start wherever you are. Some of you are already active, speaking to students. Some of you are getting 1 or 2 appointments to speak to companies, no matter how small they are. Do not neglect the days of small beginnings. For those of you who uploaded their videos, but you have never spoken in public except that video you uploaded, I challenge you today, start doing something. Nothing comes out right for the very first time. You do it the second and the third and the fourth time, and you'll feel miserable. But if you keep at it, it gets better and better. Refine your gift by giving it away. Why waste your gift? Why rot at the parking lot? Wish you the very best. May the best candidate win. Thank you, and God bless you.
Natalie has been very passionate about public speaking as a gift or as a talent. I'm not sure whether it's a gift or it is a talent, but it is most likely one of the above. Or both. All right? Or both. It could probably be both. And I think we want to say it very clearly. You don't want to ignore the gift that lies on the inside of you. I highly doubt that Mbappe was celebrated because he did very well in high school. What grade did he get in high school? Might you know? Now, all of you who are telling me he's from France, what grade did he get in high school? We do not know. Now, I don't want to put the second one she said there. Yeah, something like that. But I think we do know for sure quite a number of people because of their gifts and because of their talents. And tonight we want to say, nurture it. Nurture it. Don't ignore it. In fact, there's a possibility. It might just take you further. And it might answer a few more of your needs than a few of this academic stuff. And so for us, we have identified one. And Dr. Ali has identified one. And the one he has identified is public speaking. All right? And we want to nurture the skill, the gifting, and the talent within that whole public speaking sphere. So having said that, just want to say this. We don't only want to nurture that in Kenya, but this was a competition open up for the entire East Africa. Now, name for me the countries in East Africa. We have which one? Bujumbura? We can work it with the capital cities. Is that all right? Let's do it with the capital cities. The first country is called Nairobi, fantastic, and Kampala, fantastic. Another one, Dar es Salaam, fantastic. Give me one more. Huh? Did I hear Kibra? Did I hear Kibra? I hear Dar es Salaam has been contested, so it is not Dar es Salaam. It is where? It is called Dodoma. Is Dodoma the answer? Fantastic. Well, we have 3 countries so far. I think we have 2 more to go. Kigali, there we go. Fantastic. And finally, Bujumbura, Burundi. And consequently, what did we need them to do? We needed them to just take a short clip of themselves and address something, and I'll be coming down to that in just a moment. And I'm pleased to say we received hundreds. I don't know whether there were hundreds or there were thousands of responses. And guys put themselves up on clips. Now, some of them used Kabambe to take the video. Others used studios to take the videos. There's a place for diligence as well. It matters how you take the video. Can I tear this a bit for us to know who it is? We are still going. It's all right. We'll be tearing as we go. Yeah, we are getting closer. Getting closer. This contains whoever that is. We'll shortly get to know. So here it is. Now, different participants across the region took clips. They took video clips of what it is that they wanted to communicate, of course, between 13 and 35. Now, this is where the competition begins. It mattered how you took the video. It also mattered the quality of the video. Now, this is where you realize all devices are equal, but some devices are more equal than others. Are we together? Now, some of them took videos, but you quite can't tell. It got morphed. All right? And here, this is where we pick the first lesson of tonight. Kabambe is not a good one for taking videos, especially where it is a competition. All right? My friend, it was a car at stake. Look at your neighbor and tell them, it was a car at stake. Now, how do you approach a car with a Kabambe? You don't invest for where you are, you invest for where you're going. Are we together? You don't invest for where you're at. You invest for where you're going. And that was a big test point. And at that point, the thousands became hundreds. And the hundreds became 66. Can we appreciate all the 66 that then met the threshold? Effectively, it means what? For the 66, we could hear what you're saying. Or rather, the judges could hear what you're saying. I want to be clear, I was not part of the judges. But the judges could hear what you're saying. They could place a face to your name. Balancing of lights and all the things. Don't try to do everything. Sometimes invite the services of someone who knows how to do what you need. This manner of you want to fix bulbs at home, you want to be the guy who sorts water, and you also want to construct the wall and even be the metal man. Sometimes it helps. Is that all right? So we were down to how many? 66. And I want to say tonight, we'll be awarding all the 66 as a recognition of having come that far. It was a big deal just to get to the 66. Out of the thousands, you have done well. And I think for a moment, ndakutolea kofia baadaye. Is that all right? So we got down to the 66. And having gone through then the 66, at least we could hear, we could see. So we needed to go to the next detail. What are you talking about? And how are you talking about? Where is the conviction? And so on and so forth. And what's the clarity of your message? And can we actually tell what you're saying? Or is it kiitikio is near where the introduction is and minyambuliko of it? Minyambuliko of it. Is that all right? And consequently, that 66 came down to 50. All right? And this is where we begin our award ceremony. Good news is this. For all of you, the 50, you have hereby qualified for Dr. Kenyanjui Nganga's coaching on public speaking. You're hoping you're in the fifth, eh? Haya, tutafika hapa. Each of these 50 that we have awarded was invited to do two things. And the most critical of them was to invite people to vote for them. And at that stage, we were looking at it from two fronts. The quality of the video, and I'll be coming down to the detail of the quality of the video. And number two was the number of votes that you were able to obtain. Now, some of you did an amazing job on getting people to vote for you. Some of you did an even more amazing job to vote for you. Now, the amount of effort you put in there might actually determine the difference between who carries the vehicle or who is carried by the vehicle. I'm not sure which is which. And the people who see it going away. Just to, again, for the purposes of letting you know what the journey has also been, we therefore opened the voting from the 1st of May this year all the way through to the 30th or 31st? 31st of May. And then we were told that time is not even sufficient. Some guy said, had you left it for one more week, then the votes would have come. And we said, we'll not only give you 1 week, we opened it by an additional 2 weeks. And actually the final closing was on 15th of June. Is that correct? Fantastic. Now, what were the participants required to do? Just a 5 to 7 minutes video. And this is where instructions are important. How many minutes? 5 to 7. Let's say it one more time. How many minutes? 5 to 7. Now, you're aware we got some for 32 minutes. And some others came for 3.5. Some others even came just for 8 minutes. So you jumped by how many minutes? So are you qualified? You know, this thing is about the rules. In fact, let's make it clear. We know, in fact, I have seen a lot of you. You are great speakers out there. But this competition was not about up there. It was about this particular competition. And the rules were specifically for this competition. Are we clear? So in case you know you did 32 minutes, you truly inspired the judges, I suspect. But that's just about it. You inspired them, but you did not play by their rules. Now, the next thing about the video, what was the subject? It had a subject. And the subject was positive attitude. Now, some of us gave about agriculture. And some of us gave us a lecture about mechanical engineering. We are thrilled by your intellect. But the subject was positive attitude. Again, play by the... There's a guy who described their county for the love of the county. My friend, you know, judges were angukaing and rolling on the floor. I think they had fun. And I can guarantee you, part of the reason why we need to do this next year is not even because of the contestants. I think the judges want more fun. And fun, we agreed we shall give them. It's a symbiotic one. As the judges are having fun, contestants are going away with the vehicle. See, that's a good deal. Yeah. All right, so we're going to do it again next year. Oh, please, we know you love your county, but stick by the rules. Matters the video. What did the judges look for? You know, when I start talking about the video and what we're looking for, I'm about to give away the car. You know, either way, Daktari, the car must go. Not tomorrow, in the next few minutes. Number one was a question of creativity. Look, you aspire to be a public speaker. I'm sure some level of creativity must come into play. Is that correct? Yeah. Is that correct? Yes. Well, I'm not the teacher. The teacher is in the house. But if you start monotone, you are likely going to lose. Get creativity. We needed to see some level of creativity. And the judges were looking for some level of creativity. All right? Now, I know some of you know this. When creativity is available, you shall know it is there. And also when it is absent, you also know it is not there. Is that correct? How do I know so? They say faith is a substance of things. So it means faith you can touch. When it is there, you know it is there. And when it is also not there, you know it is not. It's like attitude. Are you able to tell who has a good attitude and a bad attitude? Yes. You can tell. You know, sometimes you want to over-amplify. It is subjective. There is no subjectivity. It is either there, ama muteja hapatikani, period. Correct? 2, the delivery itself. How did you deliver? This is where you then begin to distinguish. All animals become equal, but some become more equal than. Number 3, mastery of the content. Are you speaking from a point of understanding? Or do you speak and what we hear is gaps in what you said? Is there some mastery? How much of an authority do you sound in the space that you're talking about? I'm sure you all know we are drawn by mastery. Is that correct? Fantastic. And the last one I want to talk about, there are a couple of others, but I think in the interest of time, the other one was the clarity of the video. Sharpness. Clear. And this is where I said, when you're shooting for a vehicle, don't invest like you're going for a bicycle. There's a difference. Invest as though you're going for a vehicle. Is that all right? Fantastic. Maybe just before I give the car, I want to give a special award. And this special award goes to, and let me put it this way. I think there is value in celebrating our very own right here at home. Is that correct? Sometimes the tragedy is the fact that then our own are more celebrated out there than they are celebrated at home. They are recognized greater out there than they are recognized here. And I think we want to have the culture that says we want to honor our very own. And the girl I'm about to celebrate is a girl. Some of you may have seen her video going around. She's an amazing author. Her age is only 10. Therefore, she was not part of the competition. All right? She was not part of the competition. She's 10 years of age. But within her 10 years, this girl has authored 3 books. I wonder how many books you had written. Oh yeah, we can appreciate her. She had authored 3 books. Her first publication was at the age of 8. That's a big deal because some of you know you are beyond 12. And the most you've written was the full scope for the exam. In an exam room where you had to do a composition by force. And I know some of you have been aspiring to write for the last 22 years. It has remained an aspiration. In fact, you are still trying to clarify right about what. But this girl at the age of 10 already has 3 books to her name. And I'm sure you saw, and here are those books. I was very intrigued by one of the topics. It's my country, proud to be Kenyan. Understanding her country, proud of it, and talking about my country. Some of us, when we tweet about our country, you know you don't want the rest of us to read your tweets. The second book, Extraordinary Kenyans Doing Extraordinary Things. Now, I can almost confirm to you, all the students who are in Kadukemodo High School used to learn in Kikuyu or in Kiluya. Mentioning the word extraordinary for the first time may have been done in university. Below 10, understanding what this means. And the third book, she's a poet. And she's done what you call Natalie's poems. Now the world has so recognized her that last month, she flew to Johannesburg, South Africa, to be honored, to be recognized, and to be heard. You might remember when I started this, I said, for some of you, your gift is likely going to take you further than your academic qualifications. And that's not to say academics is not important, but it would appear that we are getting to the place where academics is just becoming a baseline. Is that correct? We expect all of you to have it. After all, we're in the era of free education. You have no reason not to be in school. But beyond education, the academic part, it appears there is something more that could take you a little farther. What you may also want to know about Natalie is that while she was in Johannesburg last month, and I'm sure Natalie knows that there are some of them, well, I know all of you have been to Johannesburg, I know, without a fact, when I look at all your faces. I know you guys usually fly, every month you have a destination to go to. So it's okay. In fact, I'm talking about the guys outside the room, because you guys are fine. You are well traveled. Some of you even own homes in South Africa. It's all right. But while she was in Johannesburg last month, next month, which is the month of August, she'll be headed off to the United States of America to share the same podium with Dr. PLO Lumumba in addressing gatherings about her own journey. And on the same breath, I want to honor her own mother, who has pretty much suspended everything else to nurture and support Natalie. In all probability, Natalie wouldn't be who she is today without the support of a loving mother who understands the power of the gift that is inside of Natalie. And I want to honor you, ma'am, for taking that time and investing in that child and investing in that very seed. And we jointly want to welcome you and appreciate you and indeed clap for you. Please help me welcome Natalie on stage. Hey, Natalie, how you doing? Congratulations, congratulations, congratulations. One word for Mom. Mom has been very, very supportive. What do you want to say about Mom?
She has always been with me. She has taken me through every step of the way. She has nurtured my talent, and she's a really supportive mom, and I'm so lucky to have her in my life.
Oh. How old again did you say you are?
Yes?
How old again did you say you are?
I'm 10 years old.
No, I can tell you for a fact. Not the ones here. Not these ones. There are some guys out there. That kind of English at 10. They didn't have. All of them were okay. All of them were fine. But there are some guys out there. That English at 10. In fact, they started speaking English at KU. At Dr. School.
By the way, Dano, you should know something about this girl.
Yep.
And this is important because you are challenging all of us to take care of our gift. Do you know she pays her own school fees? Which school are you? Which school are you?
Currently, I'm in holiday, but in September, I'm joining Nairobi.
Yeah, but where are you coming from? I want them to hear the two. You are coming from which school?
Ramat Academy.
Then?
Then St. Christopher.
And St. Christopher, remember, she was invited there because of her gift, and then someone else poached her. Which school is that?
Nairobi International.
Nairobi International School. Do you know Dano said something very important? I think we need to repeat that.
Yes.
Your qualifications, anyone can get them, but that gift is only available from you. Many of you honestly aspire one day to live in Lavington. She has owned that home at the age of 10. And she's the official employer of the mother. I'm saying this because the mother is a friend of mine, and I'm saying this with a lot of humility and respect, because what the mother does is actually selling these books and packaging Natalie. Natalie wouldn't be there without the mother. Organizing Natalie's meetings and all that. Because of her gift, now they have a brand new home in Lavington. Because of her gift, Nairobi International School. Because of her gift, Professor Pierre Lumumba, whom I talked with last week, told me he's carrying this girl to share the same platform. Your gift to make room for you and make you appear before great men. Proverbs 18:16. Memorize it. Run with it. If you don't run away with anything else here, we brought Natalie not for her sake only. We wanted to inspire Natalie, but we also wanted Natalie to inspire you people and inspire many people who listen to this video recording.
I would like to tell all of you, those of you who have a pen and a piece of paper, to write this question down. What makes you as yourself different? What makes you as a human being different? That's a question that I ask myself every day. What makes you different? Have we finished? For me as Natalie, I was born with heart issues, and I began writing short journals to myself when I was in hospital. I did not begin writing in a class like most people. When I published my first book, my mom hooked it along the streets and parking lots. And she did not wait until I'm an adult to sell my books, and she also did not wait for orders from local bookshops like it's the norm. I did not wait until I'm an adult to do motivational talks. I began when I was 8. I would like to continue going on and on about what makes me different, but I would like you as yourself to ask yourself, what makes you different?
Wow,
We all have great dreams and ambitions, but quite often, the society likes to tell us that we do not fit in the mold. I'm sure when you look at your lives, you see that you are different. For me as Natalie, what has made me different is what has made me to stand out and achieve something. I have met many people from different walks of life. And you know what I've learned? The single thing that we have in common is being human. So take a stand and defend your race, the human race. Let's appeal to that. Let's be human before and after everything else. Now, I would like those of you who have written what makes you different, and I would like you to celebrate it today and every day. Shout it from the rooftops. I also advise you to be curious and ask, what is on other people's pieces of paper? What makes them different? Let us celebrate these imperfections that make us special. I hope this teaches you that nobody has a claim to the word normal. We are all different. We are all cocky and unique, and that is what makes us wonderfully human.
Come on, let's give our son ovation. Well done, Natalie.
It has been challenging and very fulfilling at the same time. When I started, I was just an ordinary person who knows nobody, just picking my books and putting in my bag and hawking around. Also happy to see Wakili, who is seated there, whose daughter has just gotten a certificate. I know she remembers those days. She met me at a petrol station, Shell petrol station in Karen, hawking Natalie's books. She bought them back in 2016, and many people would meet me, and I'm sure many would wonder, what's wrong with this lady? Can she maybe go find a job? You know, there are people who would ask me such questions, but others would really encourage me, oh, keep on doing it, you know, she's going far. And so today when we look back and see where God has brought us from, her moving to international schools, us living in Lavington and traveling.
I just want to speak to something you just talked about. The conflict between, you could get a good professional job.
Yes.
But you decided to invest in her talent.
Yes.
And her talent became your full-time job.
Yes, it did.
What does that mean? Take us through the motions of that decision.
In my family, we are 5, and I have 3 brothers who are ahead of me.
Right.
All of them went to uni, but I didn't make it to uni.
Right.
And I've seen how they've tarmacked looking for employment.
Correct.
And I told myself, for me, my child, the one that I'll get, whatever she can do with her hands, or whatever is inside of her, that is what I will nurture. She's going to become an employer and not an employee. She's going to mentor so many people. And so I knew, when I spotted that she could do this when she was young, even those days in hospital, I knew, why wait? Let's build this name as young as it is. And by the time her mates or her peers are struggling to look for employment, she'll be here. Hi, come, let me give you a job.
But at what stage did you discover she's talented in this way?
I discovered she was talented the moment we left hospital, because
how old was she?
She was 5.
5 years old.
Yes, she was turning 5.
How did you identify the gift?
When we were in hospital, she was writing short sentences and journals
to herself.
And then she loved telling me what she's writing about. and narrating.
Right.
And she had a memory like no other.
Correct.
She would tell you things she wrote like 6 months ago,
Correct.
and they're still as fresh as the way they are in the book.
Right.
So I knew this girl can do public speaking.
Correct.
And then she used to tell me, Mom, I want to become a poet.
Right.
She used to watch, there's a lady called Caroline Derrito.
At
And-
5, she knew she wanted to become a poet.
Yes.
At 5.
At 5. Anytime a poet is on TV or she is even in school and the senior class, the senior pupils are doing poetry, she would gaze at them and follow their lips until they finish.
Right.
And then she'll even start talking to herself,
Correct.
repeating the rhymes, how the poem was going. So I told her, yeah, you can write your own. Even teachers told her, write your own, Natalie. You don't have to cram other people's work.
When can I come for the housewarming in Loving?
You're welcome.
Natalie, I want to say this. The Lord bless you and expand you. The Lord open doors you never thought possible. May your star rise and dwell among eagles in the heavenly places. You are unstoppable. In Jesus' name. Amen. Very good.
Our number 3 winner. Are you ready? Number 3. Taking away an amazing phone after careful considerations. Great moments. You and I are going to know who it is at the same time, so it's fine. Is that all right? Do you want to know who it is? Natalie, please come and tell us who number 3 is. And number 3 is
Joshua Muya.
Joshua Muya! Congratulations, congratulations, congratulations.
It's great for me to do the video. It was a challenge. I know a photographer and a professional someone to do the video. So I took 2 threads, tied my phone somewhere, and then I was speaking to myself on that phone. Then it was a challenge to me. So it doesn't matter the obstacles you're facing. Don't focus on the obstacles, but rather the opportunities, the strengths, because you are all surrounded by resources you want to make your dreams valid, right? My aim is not becoming a celeb, but rather inspiring and generating leaders in Kenya.
Fantastic. Come on, let's appreciate. Please give me the envelope that contains the name of the number 2. My sister, do you want to confirm that it is sealed? Is it sealed?
Yes, it is. It is sealed.
Does it look like yours?
My sisters.
Oh, your sisters. Fully paid for holiday. After hard work, a lot of effort on the Kenyan coast. Come and help me open number 2. For purposes of disclosure, Daniel is my colleague and a good friend of mine. But in case you're not number 2, then for sure you know you are number. Maisha ni kujijaza. And number 2 winner is Jackie Gaziga. Congratulations, congratulations, congratulations. Congratulations, Jackie.
Thank you.
Come on, let's celebrate Jackie. The moment you've all been waiting for is finally here. Are you ready? I said, are you ready? Are you ready? In the next 120 seconds, it is gone. And because I think the excitement will be real, why don't you look at your brother or sister sitting next to you and tell them, and now may the grace of our Lord Jesus Christ and the love of God and the fellowship of the Holy Spirit be with you now and forevermore. Allow me just to do a citation for the last and the winner of this vehicle. How was the top prize candidate selected? And the panel of judges has given me the following 10 reasons. Not one, 10. Why this candidate will drive with the car home shortly. Number 1, the video was within the time required. That is between 5 and how many minutes? 7. And it was in English. It was also a requirement. Some of your mother tongues are amazing to listen to. Number 2, the video graphics were exceptionally well done. The third reason, the audio-visual quality of the video was just stunning. Number 4, the candidate maintained eye contact with the audience. I'm sure that sounds like all of ours. All of you did this, right? Number 5, Daktari. The candidate delivered an authentic and convincing message. This candidate built a case for positive attitude based on a real-life personal experience. The candidate showed how a situation that was costly and could have been costlier turned out to be a contribution of others in helping the candidate emerge victorious. The candidate clearly showed that one's positive attitude is not the only contributor to one's success, but equally important is the attitude of those around you and one's support group. Number 6, the candidate was vulnerable enough to expose a pain point in their life and how the candidate turned a bitter lemon into sweet lemonade. No doubt, many people will identify with the candidate's life story and be inspired as a result. Number 7, the candidate demonstrated the necessary confidence in message delivery that illustrated adequate preparation for the message. The flow of the message was seamless. Are you interested in number 8? The candidate was able to segment the message in a very professional manner with a catchy introduction, captivating body, and an inspiring conclusion that gave practical direction to the candidate's audience on what benefits lay in positive attitude. Number 9, the judges noticed the candidate's simplicity, flow, and practicality of the message with clear action points addressed to the candidate's audience. Last but not least, the candidate mobilized voters in an aggressive and creative manner through articles and videos, garnering thousands, I said thousands, of votes. That moment that we've all been waiting for is finally right here. As I said earlier, the name of the winner is engraved on this very trophy, and hopefully it is also the name in that envelope. Please confirm that the name written on this trophy is the name that the judges settled on as the grand winner of the car today.
I don't know.
Who knows? It is in this envelope. All right. This envelope contains the name of the winner of a brand new, never used on the Kenyan roads before. Please confirm that this envelope is sealed.
Yes, it is sealed.
Kindly confirm that this envelope is sealed.
Sealed.
It is sealed. All right. Can I open the envelope? Now, whose name is here? Whose name is here? Whose? There's no name called mine. Which name is here? Huh? Anne. Job. Felix. Anne. Simon. Timothy. Collins. David. Are you ready? I said, are you ready? Sense 101, are you ready? I said, are you ready? Are you ready? Ladies and gentlemen, and the winner of this motor vehicle is none other. Bad. I said, bad. Do you want to say, I'm the winner? Collins of Yamba! Collins! What be the song, Yamba? Collins! Oh yeah! I told you it is that moment. Awarding that trophy to Collins. Yeah. Hey.
I just want to say God is good. We've been praying for this.
Yes.
We've taught him how to pray. We've been praying for him. And we came knowing God is wonderful, but we were praying for whoever was to win. God thought it was best for him to win today. You will win tomorrow. So let's continue trusting in the Lord. His time is best. Collins, I love you.
Thank you.
Oh.
Daddy, go for you.
So happy because
It's all right.
my brother has been working so hard. Even before all this, he's been doing stuff on the internet, and I was always telling him, don't worry, someone is watching. And when God's time comes, he truly shows himself.
All right, I think we're just going to keep it brief. Number one, congratulations, Collins.
Thank you.
This is a big moment for you.
Yes.
How does it feel?
Feels great.
Feels great.
Feels great.
Fantastic. But you just want to walk us a bit. What has that journey been like for you?
So I was saying, it has not been easy, but once you want to do something, in one or another, you always find a way on how to do it. At times, I used to make videos, I used to upload videos each and every Tuesday. And at times, on Monday, 12 a.m., I have so many ideas in my mind, I don't know what to record. But because it's something I have to do, I had to find a way, maybe wake up early in the morning, go to the office, edit, and then upload. So it has really helped me also, by the way, where I work right now. I'm the one who does the digital videos and social media and stuff. And I didn't go to school on that, but because I wanted to learn and I wanted to inspire people and I had to do it through videos, I had to.
So the whole
had to
video
learn.
story is a self-taught thing?
Yeah, self-taught
So
thing.
is it a passion for you, or?
Yes, it's a passion, and I just like the world is right now. Everything is going digital,
Right.
and if you have a message to share,
Yeah.
podcasts and videos are one very aggressive way you can do that.
Right.
And I decided to do that because it was said successful people know where the world is going, and they arrive there first.
Right.
So that's what I decided to do.
You received the highest number of votes. How exactly did you go about this?
I have to say, I'm on the digital team where I work.
Right.
So at least, you see, God places you in some places for a
So
reason.
there was some resource around you as well.
So there was some resource.
You took advantage of that.
Yes.
Right?
What I did is I made it a point. I even made for her. By the way,
Who is her?
Jackie.
Jackie.
So Jackie is on my team,
Alright.
on my Sense 1 team that I mentor. Now she's on my team.
And she's going to Mombasa.
Yes. He's one as a
So
team.
the number 1 and number 2 are the same crew.
Yes. Yes.
Well done, Jackie. So you said you worked on her video as well?
I worked on a poster.
On her poster.
I created posters.
Are you a graphic designer?
Yes, I'm a graphic
Oh, you
designer.
are?
Graphic designer, yes.
Right.
So I worked on my poster. She saw it and she was like, make for me one. And I made for her, and we continued spreading the news, making videos. At times I could just remind people, just tell them, thank you so much for your vote, guys. But the voting date has been pushed, so let us keep on voting. And I share the link, vote as many times as you can. And I think that's what has got me to
Well, I
this
hope Jackie
position.
will get a ride in your car now.
Yes.
Is she aware you're a car owner? You're the newest car owner in town. Does she know that? Now, Fiambo, you know there's a seat reserved for you. Collins of Fiambo! In absentia, I want to appreciate Julia Shege from Premier Photo Studio for the most professional photos, videography, and all of that. In fact, I highly recommend our next year's contestants see her. She might just as well sort you out. Is that all right? I also want to appreciate Pastor Sam and Emily Getao, who are the proprietors of St. Joel Community Hospital. It's along Limuru Road. For the most professional medical care and attention, you want to go to St. Joel Community Hospital. If you have not seen it, man, you need to check it out. Well, I wish you all good health. But just in case you need a medical facility, this is a good one to visit. I also want to appreciate my good friend and my brother Erastus, Mr. Erastus, and his wife Madge, who have generously donated the gifts we are giving away tonight. Lillian Towers, where we are right here, they've also been part of our sponsors, and we truly appreciate them. I can guarantee you that they have some chicken fry and some amazing chapati and some chicken curry and some amazing rooms. And I can guarantee you, should you encounter any of these, your life will never be the same again. You certainly want to try one of those, man. I can guarantee you. Last but not least, I want to celebrate Dr. and Mrs. Kinyanjui Nganga. Amazing sponsors. We are here courtesy of their dream. We are here courtesy of their vision. They didn't just have a dream, but they have nurtured it greatly, and they're taking this dream across East Africa. And while I may not necessarily say what every one of us contributed, I want to say this specifically. The vehicle going away has come from Dr. Kinyanjui Nganga and his wife. They would have taken Ivy and Zig for a holiday, but they decided to invest in nurturing these talents and the gifts. The last I checked, a vehicle is more expensive than a bicycle. The fact that this is a KCR means it is not a Kamutumba you have bought out there. In all probability, what they have invested is equivalent to opening another salon. But just in case you've not made your nails lately, or you have been struggling with whoever makes them, including your hair, I want to say to you, stop suffering. Welcome to the world where taking care of you is a joyful experience. And we have distributed ourselves very nicely to make it convenient for you. For those of you who pick your vehicles at Ronald Ngala, we are there. For those of you who are on the Westland side of life and you say, Nairobi kuna makelele mingi, it's okay. Even in Westlands, we are at the Krishna Center. There are some of you who only know the other side of, it's called what? Valley Arcade. You're most welcome. And the list goes on and on. We want to say thank you very much. People don't invest in these things because they have no other thing to do. Is that correct? You all live in the same Nairobi they live in, with the same challenges, but they think there is a higher goal. And therefore they have invested in these talents. And of course, Pastor Sam and Emily, when you get to watch this video, we appreciate you and thank you so much just for investing back at home and ensuring that our very youth are able to nurture and exploit their talents. Robert and Tabi Wanjiro, also we want to say thank you very much. Thank you for giving. You made this possible, and we say asante sana.